Hey guys, just want to give you a short video here to help you prepare for the quiz that you're taking. This is the Unit 2 Quiz 2. So we're going over the study guide right now, which I gave in class, but if you're just following along online and don't have the paper copy, you can find that here in Modules at the very bottom, Unit 2, Test 2 Study Guide. So let's go ahead and open this up. And let's go over these questions together. Okay, so there are 4 types of questions on the study guide. There's 4 types of questions on the test. And let's jump in here to the first type of question. X squared minus 16x plus what? Okay, so we're completing the square here, and the thing to remember is we're doing x minus, and we're doing half of that number. So half of 16 is 8, and so x minus 8 squared, and we square that 8 back up there. So we square that to be 64. So that's really all there is to it. You can do these actually really fast. So all you're doing, x plus half of 18 is 9, close it, square it. 9 squared is 81. This one, x minus half of 6 is 3, close it, square it. 3 squared is 9. Let's do this one right here. So a plus half of 10 is 5, close it, square it, and then 5 squared is 25. Okay, so that's that type of problem, making those perfect squares. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but I'd practice those, make sure you get them right each time. Okay, these next kind, 3x plus 5 squared. So 3x plus 5 squared, that's the same thing as 3x plus 5 times 3x plus 5. Now let's do the box method that we're really familiar with. And we're going to do 3x plus 5, 3x plus 5. And we're going to fill in all these little spots here. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3 times 5 is 15x. 5 times 3 is 15x. And 5 times 5 is 25. And so that's going to give us 9x squared plus 15x. And 15x is giving us 30x. And finally, we've got 25. Okay, let's do the same thing for this one. 2x minus 4. So we've got 2x minus 4, 2x minus 4. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8x. 2 times 4 is negative 8x. Positive 16. We're going to get 4x squared minus 16x plus 16. Now there's a little bit of a shortcut. Once you see it, it's pretty easy. What you're going to do is you're going to do 2x is 4x squared. You're going to square that. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4x squared. Same thing with this last term. 4 squared is 16. Let's compare this with the one above. 3 squared is 9. 5 squared is 25. Well, how do you get the middle term? The way you get the middle term is you do 2 times 4 is 8. And I've got 2 of them, so you double that. So 4 times 2 is 8, double it to 16. Same thing right here. 5 times 3 is 15, double it to make that a 30. Let's use the shortcut method for the bottom one. We're going to do 5 squared, 25, plus 5 times 3 is 15, double it to 30x, and then close with a 3 squared, 9. Bottom one, 3 squared is 9. 3 times 2 is 6, double it to 12, plus 4. Negative 2 squared is a positive 4. Okay, so that's that type of problem. Let's go and do the back side of this thing. And now let's talk about these ones right here. Let's get into... Okay, so for these ones, the first thing we have to do is factor out the number next to that 5. Next to the x squared. So we're going to do 5 parentheses x squared minus. Now if we divide everything by a 5, 80 minus 5 is 16x. And now let's think here, what's going to complete that square? Now remember, this is like what we did at the very beginning of the question. Just ignore that 5 for a while. Just look at x squared, 16x. To complete the square, we're going to do x minus half of 16 is 8. Square it, 64. Okay, so to complete the square, we do half of this number, and then we square it. Okay, so that works for 1x squared. If we have 1x squared and 16x's and 64, that makes a perfect square. But if we had 5x squared and 80x's, then we need 5 times 64, 320 blocks to complete that square. Okay, let's do this next one. We're going to factor out a 3x squared plus 6x plus something. So we're thinking here x plus 3 squared, half of 6 is 3, squared is 9. So if we had a perfect square, we can make a perfect square out of x squared, 6x, and 9. We have 3 of them. That's a 27. Let me just stop here and show us, show what we're doing here geometrically, just so that this makes sense. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3x squared, and I have 18x's. How am I going to divide those 18x's evenly amongst those three different boxes? Well, I could put 6x's here, 6x's here, and 6x's here. Now, what do those 6x's look like? 6x's are going to look like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, how many little squares do I need to fill in this space? I need 9. I need 9, I need 9, so that's where I get that 27 from. Okay, so we had 3x squared plus 18x. That's the same thing as saying an x squared plus a 6x, and we need the 9 to complete that square. We've got 3 squares, 27. Same deal for this one. We're going to take out a 4, x squared minus 4x plus what? Half of 4 is 2, 2 squared is 4, and then distribute that in. We got a 16. Let's do this one. Take out a 2, x squared minus 6x plus half of 6 is 3, square it to be a 9, 2 times 9, 18. One more. Take out a 10, x squared plus 8x plus what? Half of 8 is 4, square it to 16, 10 times 16, 160. Okay, let's go and do these guys. Okay, completing the square. So for this one, we're going to do x minus, take half of this is 2, square it. We're going to bring down the 3, and we're minusing the 2 squared. So we get x minus 2 squared minus 1. Vertex, we're going to flip this sign. So instead of negative 2, we're going to make that a positive 2, comma, and then the negative 1 just comes straight in. Okay, so for the next one right here, we're going to do x minus half of 6 is 3, close it, square it, minus 2, just bringing that down, minus this thing squared, and so we get x minus 3 squared minus 11. Vertex is a 3, comma, negative 11. Okay, let's do 2 more super fast. X minus half of 10 is 5, close it, square it, bring down the 4, minus 5 squared, 25, and we get x minus 5 squared minus 21. Vertex is going to be 5, comma, negative 21. Last one. X minus half of 14 is 7, close it, square it, minus 7 minus 7 squared, and we get x minus 7 squared minus 56. Vertex 7, negative 56. Okay guys, hopefully this is useful. Study hard for the quiz, and let me know on Canvas if you have any questions.